What's up, everybody? What is up? What is up? It is Tyler, aka TheoryCraft Gaming, bringing you episode 1 of TheoryCraft. Now, this show has gone through quite a few iterations, but the fact that I no longer have a co-host has forced me into a position where I've decided that I'm just going to run this show myself. So the first episode might be a little bumpy, but we are going to do our best. Now, the plan afterwards would normally be to discuss the game with the players afterwards and have a little fun with that, but I do believe that one of our players is not going to be able to participate after the match concludes, so we'll see if I pull the other player in, and do a little bit of talking. But that is the normal plan for the show. However, the show has been postponed so many times that I just want to get it started. I just want to jump in. So today we are going to be having our Zerg player, Endless. He will be building only Hydralisks, Broodlords, and Swarm Hosts. And Foxcode, our Protoss, will only be building Zealot, High Templar, Tempest. Okay, these are the two builds that I would like to see compete against each other. We're going to try to make this fun. There is a lot to be done with this show. Again, this is the first iteration. We are going to go live with this first episode, but believe me when I say that this show will develop and become a little more detailed. So let's go ahead and jump right in. I'm going to go ahead and tell our players to get started. And we'll jump right in. So I'm gonna cast this game. Hopefully, it should be a lot of fun, and we'll see what happens. I'm very excited. I do believe our Zerg player Endless is the one that has to go after the show, but I could be wrong on that. However, if one of our or both our players are available afterwards, we will of course jump in with them and talk about the game afterwards. And as always, I will be promoting the players that we have. So we do have volunteer players. That's how this show works. If you'd like to be a volunteer, please email me, tovarishgaming@gmail.com, and kind of include your Skype name, your player name, what kind of race you like to play, who you are, what your rank is, etc., etc. So we are going to be playing on the map Daybreak, and we are going to be doing Zerg v Toss. Again, that is going to be Hydralisk Broodlord Swarm Host versus Zealot High Templar Tempest. Now, these are the only parameters that I have set against our players. They are welcome to build things like defensive buildings, observers, etc., non-combat units. It's similar to the Day 9 Fun Day Monday rules. That is going to be how we are playing this. But I am very excited to jump in. We're going to be doing some pretty ridiculous builds against one another. So spawning in the bottom left side, we do have Foxcode, our lovely Protoss. And spawning in the top right corner, we do have Endless, our lovely Zerg, going to be building some Swarm Hosts, a new unit. Obviously our Protoss going to be doing some Tempest, another new unit, and we're going to be throwing some other stuff in there. Now, they are welcome to upgrades. I did not specify any of that, so, you know, if our Protoss player wants to get charge lot legs, then, yes, Foxcode says no point in scouting. That is absolutely true. They do both know the builds that they're going for. They are both fully aware of what each player is going to be doing. However, they do not know the order that they're going to be doing it. You know, they have full reign of what they would like to be doing with the units that they're allowed to build provided. So, getting the game started off here, we got some observers rolling down to the left side. Does look like we have a gateway going down here from Foxcode. Not entirely sure the point of this. Normally, this would be the location in which you build a forge fast expand. However, instead of a forge, we do have the gateway going up. So I'm not quite sure why he's done that, but again, I am no professional StarCraft 2 player, so they might have something up their sleeve. I do believe that both of these players are Diamond rank. I know that our Zerg player Endless is Diamond, and Foxcode is coming to us from the European servers, so he appears unranked, but that is because he does not play on the US servers. So I do believe that he is a diamond player as well. He might correct me after the show. If so, I will post it down in the comments. But let's get this game started. You know, we got the gateway, we got a probe sitting down here. I assume that's for a fast expand. He is moving his probe around, microing it a little bit. He does have 400 minerals. There goes down the expansion. Let's check out our Zerg player. Okay, so it looks like our Zerg player expanded at his third rather than his natural. Now, this is going to get scouted by Foxcode real quick here. I do believe that he was waiting for this expansion at the natural, but realized that it never went up. However, probably saw a drone. I did not actually get to see that personally. Now, he is going to have 2 lings. I did tell him that he is welcome to a maximum of a maximum of 6 Zerglings at a time. This is for purposes of scouting and also not losing to a Zealot rush, because with Swarm Hosts and Broodlords being his only and Hydras being his only 3 units that he can make, I did not offer him a tier 1 unit as I did our Protoss player, so I am allowing him a maximum of 6 Zerglings at a time, just to defend from a quick Zealot rush. We didn't want that to happen. Of course, we don't want our epic game to end with something as simple as a Zealot rush. But we also did not want to give the Zerg player an unruly advantage by being able to mass lings at the start. So we will see the Queen walking down here to the third right about as it finishes. Oh, I do believe I'm lagging a little bit. There we go. But, alright, so we have 17 drones on the main. We have no gas. No gas whatsoever, which kind of surprises me. I'm not huge into Zerg strategy. I do know a little bit more about Protoss than Zerg. However, considering the fact that I only offered him 3 units that are all gas intensive, or relatively gas intensive as far as Zerg is concerned, the fact that we're not seeing a gas yet at the 5-minute 40 mark is kind of surprising. Asking if he can have a mothership core, I'm going to tell him no, he may not. The mothership core was not agreed upon before the game, so I am not going to allow that. But alright, so we have the third down here. We do have a Queen. We have a couple Spine Crawlers. Maybe going to take out the Zealot. Maybe, maybe. No, they could not quite reach. Now, it is interesting. I was watching a game from Husky where a Spine Crawler was located like here, and it was able to attack barracks. Or, excuse me, not barracks. What are they called? What are they called? Bunkers. Yes, yes, yes. The Spine Crawler here was able to attack bunkers down here. But I do believe that that range was only an appearance thing because of the fact that there was a level in between the Spine Crawler and the bunker. So the Spine Crawler is not going to be able to take out that Zealot. That Zealot is going to be back here. This is not the same Zealot. That Zealot took damage. Ah, here's our original Zealot. So we do have a couple Zealots running around, maybe doing some scouting, maybe just getting prepped for an earlier attack. We do have a full natural going on here. We have a couple Spine Crawlers. We have fully saturated double gas from our Zerg player up here. Yet no gas at the main. That must just be a little bit of a special thing that he's doing. He felt that he did not need his gas at the main. Not sure the reasons behind that, but it is okay. We are here in TheoryCraft. We do have Overlords in the Protoss base. Going to be seeing how he is pulling off this build. We have High Templars out already. I do believe I was focusing on the Zerg player a little bit too much. So we already have High Templars out at the 8-minute mark. That's just going to be 2 of them. We do have, of course, our Psionic Storm getting researched. We have 2 gateways. Gateways in the main base? No. Has he researched? No, he has not researched Zealot legs. So I don't believe we're going to see charge lots during this game. But that could be a late game thing. Now, our Protoss player Foxcode has 2 gas made and no workers in the gas. What is going on here? We have no workers in the gas. This is terrifying. Why would you use those minerals if you were not in the gas? Now, Foxcode is at 670, 700 minerals and very low on gas. Why he has no miners in the gas, I do not understand. You are a diamond player. You should have some workers in this gas here. I don't know what's going on. Let's check out our Zerg player. Okay, so we do have a Zealot in the main base going to get taken out by this Queen. I did not get a chance to click on him and see if he got any drones. That is my fault. I absolutely apologize for that. However, our Zerg player getting very, very high on resources, has plenty of supply to be making units, and yet he's not pumping anything out. I'm going to assume, however, that that is because he's going for his tech. He does have his infestation pit coming down, as well as his spire. So yes, he is going instantaneously for his tech. Now, I don't believe I see a Hydralisk den anywhere here. Let's see. Wow, okay, so we got 6 spine crawlers going down, in addition to the 2 that are already there. So 8 spine crawlers down here at the 3rd for defense. We do have a 4th going up. Let's see, we got some drones heading down here. Let's check out our Protoss player building his 3rd. 2 more simulators with no workers in them. Okay, so we do have probes in the gas here. We do have some zealots getting warped in. 4 zealots getting warped in. Apparently we have some more gateways. So we do have a total of 5 gateways, it looks like, which is great. Now, do we have any upgrades coming out of these players? Okay, so we do have the 1 weapon upgrade coming out of our Protoss player. We have finished Psionic Storm, and we have 2 Stargates up. I'm assuming to soon build Tempest. Do we have the fleet beacon? Yes, this is a fleet beacon down here. All right, so okay, excellent. The Zealots and the High Templar are forcing a cancel on the 4th base from our Zerg player. He has a ton of minerals, a ton of resources overall, though. They both do. They both have a ton of resources. Now, I have yet to see any offensive units out of our Zerg player, which is quite surprising. We have double Evo chamber coming up, which is going to be great. Going to get some much-needed upgrades, considering we already almost have the 1 weapon from our Protoss player, and that is probably going to be followed up by armor or shields, not quite sure yet. Now, he does have his fleet beacon and quite a bit of minerals, yet he is not producing Tempest. He does have 3 Stargates up, and yet no Tempest on the way. Now, the cost of Tempest is very high, of course, 300 minerals, 200 gas. There are the double Tempests. That is exactly what I was looking for. Oh, okay, so he has a forge down here hidden behind the Stargates, building the rank 1 armor. So we are about to have 1-1 finished up from our Protoss player here. Now, where are those evolution chambers? Okay, so we do have the double Evo chamber just getting started on 1-1. Of course, Zerg cannot chrono boost, so it might be a little while before we see those upgrades. We have the Hydralisk den going out. Oh, and Swarm Host. Excellent, excellent, excellent. I'm going to go ahead and let these players know something that no specific order on the units, by the way. Build them as you please. Throw down a little happy face there. Alright, so we got some Swarm Hosts working on these debris. This debris here, I was about to call them destructible rocks, but this is in fact not rocks. This is a debris. Okay, so we do have quite the Zealot High Templar Tempest army rolling up over here. We do have the Proxy Pylon. Excellent, excellent. We are about to see some aggression out of our Protoss player Foxcode, I do believe. However, we do have some of these Swarm Hosts. Ooh, okay. Oh, we need to get these Swarm Hosts down. Get them down. Oh, the Tempest's about to be taking out some Swarm Hosts. Why is our Zerg player not moving them or burrowing them? Oh, dear Lord. Okay, so the Tempest are moving in for a further assault. I'm going to be taking out these Zerglings that are using the Zelnaga Tower. Okay, so we do have an attack down here on the 4th base from our Protoss player. We have the Swarm Host picking away those Zealots. We'll see if they can handle it. Yes, okay, so it does look like those Zealots are going to be fine. We do have Corruptors coming out, which I'm going to allow. So we are going to allow those Corruptors, as I am using very similar to Day 9 rules with his Fun Day Monday as far as this is concerned. And Day 9 usually doesn't seem to have a problem with Corruptors as long as they are going to be soon turned into Broodlords. I can fully accept that, especially with the Protoss player having a little bit of an advantage with the fact that he was allowed to build tier 1 units, so his attack is going to come a little sooner than the Zerg player is able. However, we do have the 7 Swarm Hosts here producing, what are these even called? Locusts? Locusts, producing some locusts. So he is rebuilding his 4th base. We do have the 5th hatchery down here, throwing on double gas. Very exciting. Okay, so we do have the double gas here at the 3rd. We do have the double gas here at the natural, and we have the double gas here at the main. So, here we go, baby. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 Broodlords. Very excited about this. Going to be coming over to our Protosses. Looks like it is his 4th base. We do have mass cannon. We've got some more gateways going down from our Protoss players. This is very exciting. I know there hasn't been quite a lot of combat in this game just yet. Oh, excuse me. Not quite a lot of combat in this game just yet, but I did pick some very, very expensive units for these players to be allowed to use. So that is expected. However, we have these Swarm Hosts walking right below the High Templar, or the Tempest. Tempest not turning around and attacking these Swarm Hosts. The Swarm Hosts are going to be jumping at this 5th base right here. Probably going to be able to take that out. I do not know why he's not focus firing this probe, though. Okay, there we go. We do have the 5th base going down, and we have some Tempests moving out. Oh, against this Broodlord army. This could be quite scary. We do see the Tempest division going to right here. Did not see the Broodlords, but oh, the Broodlords might be coming into vision. The Tempests, oh, the Tempests are going to see the Broodlords. See if they turn around or if they just walk right into the main base. We do have a Nidus network. Oh my goodness. Tempest going to be able to spot that, I assume. Let's see here. Tempests are able to spot the Nidus worm. We do have some Hydralisk upgrades coming out. Oh my goodness. The Tempest coming right in here, walking right into the main. What is going on down here? Okay, so we do have some Swarm Hosts versus some Zealots. And we do have a couple Hydras mixed in here. The Zealot and High Templar are going probably to get... Oh! And the Zealot is taken out with those Locusts at the very last second. Okay, we do have a Swarm Host moving up. There's this High Templar sitting here not getting microed at all. Alright, so this Tempest army is going to be... Oh, it's taking out the Hydralisk. We do have the Broodlords just absorbing that damage. I don't know why he's using his Broodlords to tank this. They are way too expensive of a unit to be tanking this damage. This Tempest survives with 5 kills. Does have the this isn't 1-1 upgrades. Does have that little bit of HP. How much HP did he have? He had 20 or so HP surviving that. Do have a couple Hydralisks, one getting picked off right here, one at very low HP. We do have another army of Tempest and an Observer moving in. These poor Broodlords getting just hacked away. They're completely unable to attack these Tempests. That was a very smart move from our Protoss player, avoiding using a mass ground army, considering the fact that Broodlord is going to be the strongest unit that our Zerg player can produce. Very smart by our Protoss player. I very much enjoy that. We do have 2 more Tempests coming out here. We have a little bit of an attack going on here. We have 2 Hydralisks versus these Tempests. This Tempest is going to pick off this last Hydralisk, but we did lose a Tempest, and obviously Tempests are a much more expensive unit than Hydralisks, so that was obviously a very good trade. We do have a small Hydralisk army, excuse me again, we do have a small Hydralisk army along with the Broodlords moving into what seems like an attack on potentially the 3rd. There are going to be, of course, these cannons right here to help with that. We do have the Tempest, very long-range attack, going to be picking off this Broodlord right here. Going to be losing a 2nd Broodlord. This is not good. We need our Zerg player to micro north. There is no reason that he should just be absorbing this damage from these 3 Tempests for no reason whatsoever. He is not attempting to escape that at all, but that apparently is his MO. Now, we do have a massive Hydralisk army attacking these Tempests right here, which is going to be excellent. Taking out 2 of the Tempests right there. See if he can get a 3rd. Ooh, this Tempest escaping with 3 kills. And his 1-1 upgrade is going to be escaping with 37 HP. That is quite incredible. What we got going on down here, we do have a Tempest versus a Hydralisk. 1 versus 1. This Tempest is going to be taking a massive amount of damage, but being able to pick off that Hydralisk, it is going to be able to start regenerating its shields. Now, our 4th, it seems. Well, this was the 4th originally, so our 5th base getting taken out by a little Zealot army. However, these Hydralisks are going to be able to clean that up. Now, it does look like we have Swarm Hosts moving in on this little defensive structure that we have going on right here from the Protoss player. We do have a lot of Tempests rolling in, though. Oh, and we must... Okay, so our Tempests being able to see these Swarm Hosts are going to clean that up right there. That is very unfortunate for our Zerg player. However, we do have another base going up here towards the top. We have some Zealots and High Templar. Over here with a 3rd, we do have Armor 2... being researched right now. Our Tempests are going to be 1-1. No shield upgrade yet, though, from our Protoss player. He could be doing that right now. I do not see why he is not He does have the 150 necessary gas. I do not know why he's not upgraded rank 1 shields. That the shields I feel would be very, very beneficial in this particular matchup, considering the fact that his Tempests are often getting very low from the Hydralisks, yet not quite dying. So if he did have that increased shields, he would be able to rebuild those shields, and they would be way more effective than a defensive upgrade. But that is not what we're seeing. We are going to see these Hydralisks pick off some of these probes, doing a little bit of economic damage, but at this point, this late in the game, 24 minutes in the game, taking off about 6 probes is not going to be a huge amount, huge deal. It does look like our Protoss player is going to be sacrificing this base. He does cancel his cannons. Now, it does look like we have an attack going on over here, so we have this base getting saturated over here. We have some Tempests, High Templar, and Zealots moving into the natural of our Zerg player. I did not ever see this Nidus Worm go down. It seems that he built that for no reason. We do have an observer sitting right here on the Broodlords, going to be letting the Protoss player know where those Broodlords are at all times. But this Hydralisk army is looking a little bit like a base trade, but the Hydralisk army going to be backing out. We do have the Nidus Worm coming up for a defensive save. Oh, I absolutely love that. This is amazing from our Zerg player. Going to be using this Nidus Worm to actually protect his main. I love this. Going to be cleaning up these Zealots right down here. We do have one Zealot working on this Hydralisk den, but not going to be able to do much damage. We have the Hydralisk moving down, cleaning up this Zealot. Now, we do have all these Tempests down here just absolutely picking away this third, doing massive economic damage to our Zerg player, but these Hydralisks are going to be... Oh, and we have the... the storm's coming down on the Hydralisk. This is absolutely fantastic. This is the kind of play that I absolutely wanted to see. These Hydralisks going to move in anyway, saying, screw it, we're going to get hit by these storms, but whatever, if we can take out these Tempests, we will be doing a major amount of economic damage. It does look like the Hydralisks are going to clean up these High Templar. We have a couple more Hydralisks reinforcing this Tempest at 20 HP going down. Okay, we do have the shield down from this Tempest, taking a lot of damage. Oh man, but these Tempests, their range can just pick away at these Hydralisks as soon as they try to back out. Going to be knocking away these Overlords, doing some damage. Now we do have a 72 to 138 supply. 138 supply lead from our Protoss player right here. It does look like his... Wow, okay, so our Protoss player doing quite a bit of damage. I'm not sure if our Zerg player can actually keep up with this. It does look like Endless is going to have a little bit of trouble surviving this. However, there are only 3 Tempests sitting here off in space, just picking away at the third and the natural from our Zerg player. This is devastating to our Zerg player. Let's see if he can get up a 4th or a 5th base, or at this point even a 2nd. He does have a base going down to his 3rd, but observers are going to be able to see that, and these Tempests are going to be able to quickly pick that away, unless we do see a little bit more Hydra. But I think, honestly, our Zerg player's economy has just been devastated. He has nothing to mine at his main. He has no base at his natural, nothing to mine at his natural. He's running out of minerals at his 3rd, and it is getting absolutely picked off by these Tempests, which is completely devastating. We do have 4 Tempests moving into the main of our Zerg player's base, probably going to pick off... Oh, and the GG coming out of Foxcode. That was an absolutely incredible game. Wow. Okay. That was awesome. Awesome. We had an incredible macro game coming out of both of our players. That was absolutely fantastic. I don't know if giving the Protoss player a tier 1 unit was a major advantage on Endless, but Endless was allowed to use Zerglings and Corruptors, neither of which were included in his build, and I did allow that to compensate for the fact that Foxcode had Zealots, and Foxcode didn't actually do an early attack with Zealots, so we're going to see the fact that that really didn't play a role. So let's look at the score summary here. It does look like Foxcode was slightly above. I do want to look at some of the graphs. Real quick just to check this out. So workers active, they were almost even the entire time. Endless was actually peaking above Foxcode until towards the last third of that game, which is quite impressive considering the amount of aggression that he had going down on his bases. Upgrade spending, though, we did see Foxcode was ahead the entire game, which, of course, with Protoss, those upgrades are going to be exceptionally important in a game like this. Resource collection rate almost even throughout the entire game, but the army value peaking for Endless, way above Foxcode right here, but Foxcode apparently able to just pick away at that army and end up peaking after our Zerg player for the win. That was quite an incredible game. I loved the trading We did see a lot of APM out of both of our players. That was absolutely an exceptional game. I'm very excited about that. Let's go ahead and see if either of our players are willing to jump in for a post-game analysis. Oh my goodness, I cannot type. Alright, so if our players are able to go into post-game analysis, we're going to go ahead and jump into that. And if not, then we are going to be ending this video. However, I will edit in the actual ending. But right now, I'm going to go ahead and pause, and we'll jump right in with whatever we can do. Alright, welcome back, welcome back. Okay, so neither of our players are actually able to participate in post-game chat due to some time differences. However, in future episodes, what we will normally be doing is doing the game and then coming in afterwards, bringing both of the volunteer players, into Google Hangout, and we will be conversing with them about how the game went. Now, originally, the iteration of this show was supposed to be co-hosted with me. However, we've been through a lot of technical difficulties. We've been through a lot of problems. So I have kind of changed the iteration of the show. Now it's just going to be me jumping right in, casting the game with the chosen builds that are going to be participating against one another. And normally, like I said, we would jump into post-game analysis with the players, kind of have some fun, have a chat, and promote the players, etc., etc. But unfortunately, this time we were not able to do that, but that is okay. I just really wanted to get this show launched. It's been a couple weeks in the making now. We've actually filmed an episode that didn't even get to go live. So I'm just here. I wanted to push out the first show. I wanted to show everybody what kind of fun it was going to be like and what kind of crazy builds we were going to be trying out. So, but yeah, here on TheoryCraft, we're going to be doing crazy builds, stuff that people don't normally do, and we're just going to be kind of throwing it at one another and seeing what happens. And eventually the show will evolve, and we will start getting more into detail about why we're picking the builds, etc., etc. But I really just wanted to get something out, really wanted to start the show, and so there it is. Next time, of course, we'll be doing the post-game analysis. There will be a little more preparation time between me and the volunteers, the volunteer players, to be able to kind of discuss timing and stuff. But today was a little bit last minute, a little bit thrown together, which is absolutely okay. But it was a wonderful time. I had a super fun time casting it. This was great, and neither of my players wanted myself to promote or feature anything from them, except Foxcode is apparently running a website called sc2tournament.com. I will post a link down below. That is going to be his website where he hosts tournaments for... Excuse me. Man, I am not having the best day. A little too much soda, apparently. But he is going to be hosting tournaments there for all ranks of players. Now, I don't quite have the details on this, but I would assume that that means no matter what rank you play in StarCraft 2, he'll be hosting a tournament for your level of play, which I think that's really cool. I'll post the link down below. Go check out his website. He's been absolutely fantastic. All of my volunteers are amazing. They're always on call. They're always ready and willing and waiting to go. So anytime that I promote any of them, anytime I give you guys a Twitter account or a stream or a YouTube channel or a website to go check out or follow, please do that. They absolutely deserve it. They have completely earned it. I really appreciate everybody watching the first episode of TheoryCraft. It's been a blast. Iterations will continue, the show will evolve and get better, but I really, again, just wanted to get this pumped out because there have been so many drawbacks and so many postponings of the show that I really just wanted to get it working. So again, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I hope that you come back for the next time, a better iteration of the show, and you all have a wonderful day. And we'll see you a little bit later in Metagame. We do have Metagame Episode 4 coming up shortly, all right? So be ready for that. Check your sub box, and you all have a good